Morgan Freeman, famous actor of Shawshank Redemption and one of my personal favorite movies of all time, Lean on Me, has this to say about Black History Month.
Black History Month, you find?
Ridiculous.
Why?
You're going to relegate my history to a month?
Oh, come on.
What do you do with yours? Which month is White History Month? No,
Well-
no, come on, tell me.
Well, I'm Jewish.
Okay, which month is Jewish History Month?
There isn't one.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
Do you want one?
No.
No, I don't either. I don't want a Black History Month. Black history is American history.
How are we going to get rid of racism until...
Stop talking about it.
All right. That is what famous actor Morgan Freeman has to say about Black History Month. Now, I got to say, I don't agree with all of it, right? But he brings up a very interesting conversation that really should be had, okay? Which introduced my topic. You see the title, you see the thumbnail. My love-hate relationship with Black History Month. If you are a follower of this channel, you know by profession, I am an elementary school teacher. Okay. I teach fourth grade math. I've taught ELA. I'm a teacher. I enjoy my job. And one of the things that I look forward to, disclaimer, is Black History Month. However, my history with Black History Month was sort of skewed, was sort of like iffy. Okay. And let me explain to you what I mean. When I was in the 8th grade, I went to a school in Staten Island. If you know of Staten Island is a borough of New York City. Many people consider it the forgotten borough of New York City, right? It's one of the 5 boroughs, okay? I grew up in Staten Island. And I went to a school that was predominantly white. Lived in a predominantly Black neighborhood in Staten Island. It was the hood. And me and a few, maybe, dozens of Black kids from my community was bussed into this white school in an area called New Springville in Staten Island, next to the Staten Island Mall, predominantly white neighborhood. And they stuck us in like the classes all together. Like we all the Black kids was in the classes together. Okay. This is back in 1990-ish. I'm gonna say everything, right? But I remember there being an amazing educator. She was an assistant principal. She was actually the only Black educator in the building. Her name was Miss Hing. Shout out to Miss Hing if you're watching this. I appreciate your service to the Staten Island community. I appreciate your service to the educational community in Staten Island. I also appreciate your contribution to me and the young kids that grew up in my neighborhood, because if it wasn't for you, we really don't know where we would be in that specific school. But I was in the 8th grade, and I remember going to her office and sitting down with her in February, asking her, I have a question. Why do we celebrate Black History Month for only a month? And I told her all year round, we're learning history, and we don't hear about any contributions of Black people in America until it comes February. And then after February, we don't hear anything else. How come it's not a part of like our history lessons outside of the month of February? And she really didn't have an answer. And I think she did that wisely, because I appreciate where I work, but when you're working for a school district, you have to be careful what you say, because what you say will make you liable. So you got to be careful what you say. So she was very curt in what she said, and rightfully so. But she told me exactly what I needed to hear without having to say it in all the words necessary to be said. Okay. But that started my love-hate relationship with Black History Month. I went to a daycare center that was owned by had Black educators at this daycare center, and we learned about African American figures from the time I was like 4. So when I moved to Staten Island and got into like history and all that stuff, I not seeing anybody outside of people who are white was different for me, because I learned about white people in history going to this daycare, and I learned about black people in history going to this daycare. But when I moved to Staten Island and started like and went to public school, all I ever heard about was white people in, you know, our society. And then whenever we did hear about black people in history in the public school system, we only heard about the black people in history that struggled. Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and all these other people, right? And so when we or we learned about athletes and actors, we learned about Sidney Poitier, we learned about Muhammad Ali. So we didn't we learned about Carl Lewis. We didn't learn about anything else. Like, I didn't know about George Washington Carver, the scientist, until I was in high school, right? Until I was in high school, at least. No, let me correct that. I was in the daycare center, right? And I knew about George Washington Carver then because I thought it was cool he invented peanuts, but didn't hear about him until I went to high school, right? During the month of February. So again, my love-hate relationship, and I see you guys in the chat. I just need to get this out before I interact with you guys. So shout out to everybody that's in the chat. I see you guys. Thank you so much for being here. And if you are here, please, I want you guys to vote in the poll that we have live. And if you are watching this right now, I asked my live audience a question. Is Black History Month still necessary today? Leave a yes or no in the comment section. What do you guys think? And leave your opinions down below, okay? And if you're watching this video and you have not liked the video, please do me a favor and like this video, because it lets YouTube know that this is a video worth sharing, and hopefully other people will be exposed to this. But I'm going to be getting into the comments later. And if you guys are watching the replay, you see the comments there. We got Chelsea's and Chavis. You guys keep talking, all right? You guys keep chatting, right? But I'm going to get to the comments in a section, in a second. So I have a love-hate relationship, but I enjoy teaching about Black history every single year. I just wish that it wasn't relegated the way it has been to 1 month. And then we have governors in the United States that mix CRT and Black history together. And now they want to do away with a lot of the Black history curriculum because it says it promotes CRT. So they don't want to promote CRT, so they do away with Black history, and in doing away with Black history, they're doing away with every contribution of Black people in America. That's one of the things I really dislike about having Black history for 1 month. The other thing is, we usually start Black history in America with the transatlantic slave trade. That's where Black history in America usually pick up at. So again, what I was saying before, one of my love-hate relationship with Black History Month, we usually teach Black history from the stories of people who struggled in America, slaves, segregation, the South, and things like that. So we tend to popularize the fact that Black people in America struggled from the time we were brought over here on ships. And that's our history, and that's the extent of it. And that's not the truth. That's not the truth. So a lot of what people are being taught about Black history and the contributions of African Americans in, or Black people in America is told from a struggle side. It's told from people who want to highlight the victimization of Black people, which is why some people are so sensitive about CRT or having conversations about CRT. Okay, I'm not here to tell you that CRT is right or wrong. I'm just saying people are afraid to have that conversation because it makes there look like there's a victim and a perpetrator in the mix. So, but when it comes to that, Black history is very different than CRT. People should be able to teach the historical contributions of Black Americans to society without always highlighting the struggle. Everybody knows about Martin Luther King. Shout out to Martin Luther King and the work that he's done. Okay, but he's not the only figure that needs to be highlighted in Black History Month. There's Rosa Parks. All right. Just Rosa Parks, but she's known for the struggle. Carter G was amazing individual who started what we know today as Black History Month. All right. When he started it, it was known as Negro History Week. And then it became a national celebration where it went from Negro History Week to Black History Month. He was a historian, and he wasn't like the historian that promoted the struggle of Black Americans. He was out there researching, a true historian who researched the contributions of Black Americans outside of the struggle too, to highlight them. And here's the thing: when it comes to identification, what people identify with, okay? And again, I work in a predominantly Black school with Black students and Black and Latino students, right? And when we teach Black history, only from the perspective of those who struggle, when our young Black boys and girls grow up, you know what they tend to see and identify with? The struggle. Some of our babies have never experienced any kind of struggle when it comes to racism. Okay? Some, not all, some. But then, because when they are taught about people that look like them in history, and they're taught that they struggle throughout history, you know what they tend to identify with? The struggle. And you know what they start thinking? I'm supposed to be struggling. So I'm just going to struggle. All right. And that does society, not just Black children, that does society a disservice. That's one of my one of the things I hate about Black History Month itself. Now, I do love Black History Month because it provides an opportunity for us to learn about prominent figures and even less prominent figures that have really helped America be what it is today. Not just America, but the world. I said before that in America, Black history is usually taught from the struggle perspective and from the transatlantic slave trade and beyond. But Black history started way before, or could be found way before the ships went to West Africa and brought people over here to become slaves. But we don't talk about that often, and we need to. And if you are going to give us a month, I'm happy that it's February. I'm happy that we have to have this month. Okay. I appreciate it, but it should not be. And just like the video I shared earlier with Morgan Freeman, he's right. He doesn't want a Black History Month because Black history is American history. So my love-hate relationship with Black history is this. Black History Month is this. It could be seen as, let's give this people group that has been marginalized in America a month so that we can highlight some of the prominent figures in their space and make them feel good about themselves. But then the other 11 months, well, 11, more like 9 months, because the other 11 months, we're just going to do whatever we want to do. Other 9 months, we're going to do whatever we want to do in history. And they really don't need to be complaining anymore because they have a month. We have to really be encouraged to teach the real history in America from every aspect. All right. So I am going to get into the comments. A few of you guys are here. Thank you guys so much for being here. Chelsea, hey fam, liking the topic. Thank you so much for being here, sis. My sister's going live tomorrow. She doesn't know what she's talking about tomorrow, but she's going live. So make sure you guys go to her channel. It's the intro for me. Yeah, thank you so much. Sis. Hey, brother Dre. I said, thank you so much for being here, brother Chavis. Yes, please hit that like button. I'm gonna go down. I might be called a sellout for this, but I'm not exactly hyped about Black History Month, especially in church. Hey, let's talk about that in a second. Good to see you, sis. Hey, brother, what's going on? Let it make sense podcast. What's going on? Todd Banks is in the house. What's going on, bro? Yo, his content is like amazing. All right, we got people sending love. I'm a history fanatic, and I'm grateful for the landmark differences made. The landmark differences made. I just hate that it's only for the shortest month of the year. That's a good point. Answer your poll with no. Why? Because you can celebrate Black history 12 months a year. 100% agree. 100% agree. And this is how it should be. Or let's not just call it Black history. It's just part of history, period. I know, right, Chavis? February was chosen primarily because the second week of the month coincides with the birthdays of both Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. Exactly. And that's why, that's why it was chosen. Chelsea SMH, I didn't even think about that. Yes. Yeah, I just found out about it like 2 years ago. Yeah. Miss Lackey's in the house. What's going on, sis? Miss Lackey celebrates 14 months of membership. Hey, yes, what's going on? What's going on? Thank you so much for being a member of the channel. And if you would like to be a member of the channel and support the channel financially, monetarily, with very small monthly giving, you can do so by hitting the membership button down below or going to patreon.com/Harrison Family Values. You can support the channel financially in both those ways. So thank you so much for being a financial supporter of the channel and being a part of the Harrison Extended Family through membership. Hey, everybody. Greetings, Ms. Lackey. Hello, Chavis. I too don't like this from Top Banks. I too don't like that it's regulated to 1 month. However, since it's an available celebration, there's an opportunity to use it as a tool to teach and have these types of conversations. I agree. Therefore, there goes my love-hate relationship with Black History Month. I 100% agree. You do know that the slave trade in Africa started countries a century before Europeans landed in Africa soil, right? Yes, but I'm only talking about Black history in America. And what I want to also state is that Black history in America, right, started with contributions from Africans long before the transatlantic slave trade and stuff like that. So yes, I am fully aware of that, but I'm talking from the American perspective. But yes. Hey, Ms. Lackey, please hit the like button. Yes. And if you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Let's drop a random fact. Rocky Johnson, The Rock's dad, and Tony Atlas became the first Black world tag team champions in pro wrestling decades ago. And was that staged? Because I heard that wrestling was fake. Unless back then it was real. I don't like Muhammad Ali, really. Even though I'm a fan of boxing, I prefer Joe Louis since he bridged Black and whites as friends when fighting against Nazi Germany. Yeah. Joe Louis was a very important factor in history when it comes to sports. But again, back to what I was saying about Black history. We've learned more about people in sports growing up on Black History Month than we did learn about scientists and astronauts and sailors and the Black people who sailed around the world, things like that. We really heard historical events that centered around Black people in America and around the world. Fake. Yeah. Wrestling was fake. I stopped watching wrestling in like 1993. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think one of the last WrestleManias I saw was when Hulk Hogan wrestled the Ultimate Warrior and lost to the Ultimate Warrior. That was the last WrestleMania I saw. But after that, I was like, yeah, I got a life to live. No shade to those who watch wrestling. If you're watching, you haven't hit the like button, please hit that like button right now. Okay. And if you're watching this replay, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about Black History Month. Is it still necessary? Should we still celebrate it? Should we try to find a way to incorporate Black history throughout the year? Which is probably an obvious yes, but let me know what you guys think. But I know Chavis mentioned something before that I wanted to, Black history in church. I will say this. I don't know if I don't believe that Black history should be something that we really focus on celebrating in the church, at least in a major way. If there were like Black Christians who have made major contributions that many people don't know about, that. But I don't know if we want to memorialize those that have passed on away in a way that elevates them sort of to like the equivalent of Catholic sainthood. You know what I'm saying? So we could appreciate those that were before us without elevating them so high. And I think in America, we tend to do that. Yeah, but I think from the pulpit, we should just really focus on preaching the gospel, teaching sound doctrine, on occasion highlighting some prominent figures in church history that have made contributions to what we believe in today. But yeah, that's what I think Black history should be in the church. But this is just my opinion, and my opinion is my opinion. I'm not saying what people should be doing in that area. Yo, real talk. I think that was my last one too. See, yeah, that was my last one. Yeah, Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior. After that was done. Yeah, I watched past that time. If y'all, if you, yeah, nah. Oh, so you were a Rock fan. You were a Dwayne Johnson, the Rock fan. You know what it was? All right, so off topic. Wrestling got that attitude era of wrestling. I sort of couldn't deal with the X-Pac NWO phase. I was like, yeah, they're doing too much right now. They're doing too much. Like, I just want to see two guys fake fight and jump off the top rope and stuff. Like, I don't want to see stories about them and them hip thrusting the air. And yeah, I was done. I was done after that point, to be honest with you. Yeah. And dudes drinking beer and I was like, yeah, this is all right. I don't know. I agree. Memorializing people and politics in the church doesn't serve the purpose of the church. That right there, Brother Todd, is what I'm definitely getting at. Politics should be outside of the church. I believe, and this is my belief, and there's some people out there who I respect and love who are either Republicans or Democrats. I believe every Christian, every Christ follower, every Bible believing, Christ following Christian should be apolitical. That's what I believe. I believe that they should not align with any one political party or encourage anybody else to align with any one political party. I think they should preach the gospel and then allow their convictions to encourage them to vote the way they vote, and not try to shame people because they think that Christians should be either one political party or the other. And this is the reason why. It's hard to hold a political party accountable if you think that you are a part of them, because you'll tend to ignore the flaws within your own political party and never address them while trying to expose all the flaws in the other political party that you're not a part of. And I think that's hypocrisy in the highest sense. Let's make this video viral. Y'all heard the man. That means you got to like this video right now to help this video go viral. YouTube will be like, yo, there's mad likes here. You know what? Let's put this thumbnail out for people to see. Please like the video right now. All right. What's going on, TLN? If you guys, she has some amazing content on health, wellness. If you're not subscribed to TLN's channel, please go over to her channel, subscribe right now. Especially if you're a lady, she has like hair care routines, and if you're into health and you want to find alternatives to even like health medicine, things like that, she's the person that you really want to connect with. Yeah, you agree? All right. Yeah, the dramatic skits and stuff was was dumb. Yeah. And and also the objectifying of women. I wasn't even a Christian then. And I was like, yeah, the way they treat women in this in the WWF, because back then it was WWF. But yeah, I can't really rock with this. Couldn't do it. Yeah, the attitude era was a bit much. Yeah, it sure was. The more I learn about Black history, the more I'm scratching my head about modern Blacks, because during the worst oppression, Blacks were extremely successful. Right? So at the time where Blacks was oppressed the most, they band together, put their resources together to try to elevate themselves. And they became very successful until jealous, demographics came and tried to tear that away. But yeah. And that's the thing. When usually people groups who go through struggle band their resources together to come out of the struggle. All right. Which is also, goes into conspiracy theory, which is why if you can make a people group comfortable in the struggle by providing them free resources to keep them content where they are, they'll never seek to come out of the struggle. They'll just be content within the struggle. So it's a hard pill to swallow, but it's good medicine nonetheless. Facts. Facts. But the political and skin tone pride in the church is wild. My affiliation and loyalty is to the Lord Jesus and the body of Christ. Amen. Neither parties uphold the true standards of God's holiness. Say it for the people in the back of the church. Say it for the people in the back. Bro, but no, yeah, I got you. You're welcome, sis. I love your content. Amazing content. I gotta just start taking some of that stuff that you do and start making it and applying it to my weekly and daily living. All right. Yeah. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Amazing content over there. Yes, indeed, Antonio. Black Wall Street was goals, and it still is goals. It should still be something that we should strive to be, and to grow and to have, right? And in that, adding value to not just our own people, but to the nation as a whole. Okay, as a nation as a whole. But again, you keep people content, they'll live within that contentment, and and just live there. But that's the love-hate relationship I have with Black History Month. I don't like that it's regulated to 1 month. I believe that it should be all year round. It should be taught in schools all year round. And I think that this pseudo argument about the negativity of CRT has allowed some school districts and some government agencies to dismiss Black history altogether, grouping CRT with Black history. And when they saw CRT, they was like, yes, here's our opportunity to strip Black history from the curriculum altogether. Now, at least Black History Month. Now, if they took that and say, you know what, we're not going to do Black History Month anymore because we're going to incorporate African Americans, Latino Americans, Asian Americans, Native Americans, for crying out loud, Native Americans in our curriculum, then there will be no need for us to celebrate a demographic every single month. That would make America truly a melting pot of cultures and nations. If we don't need to have to celebrate one demographic for a month, that there's not a Latina Heritage Month and a Native American Heritage Month, or Black History Month. No, that there's just, we're Americans. All right. We celebrate each other's differences. We celebrate each other's cultures, and we learn about it in the curriculums and in the textbooks of our American history books. All right. Something happened around the 60s that caused the fall of the Black community. Multiple factors caused it. Poverty isn't the cause, because Blacks pre-60s was going through more stuff, but was better off. I agree with that also. That is definitely a nuanced conversation with many layers that shows the purposes of why Blacks are suffering with poverty, and the mentality that they have, that they should be suffering with poverty and they shouldn't be. Example with contentment. My nephew is locked up and they have tablets now. He can email and receive video emails. They're making our people comfortable in bondage, easier to live and work there. Wow. So it's become a country club for inmates. I mean, we don't want anybody living in hazardous conditions, but we don't want to reward those who haven't been too contributing to society in a positive way. Yeah, it's tough. But yeah, man. But guys, I really appreciate you guys for being here with me and joining me in the chat and in the conversation. I did leave the link down below. Actually, I pinned the link to the top of this the chat. If you guys wanted to join the discussion, completely optional. But I wanted to hear your thoughts about Black History Month. If you thought it was necessary still today. My thing is this. I think that Black History Month is beneficial today because of the lack of representation in our current history books now. But once that tends to balance itself out, I believe that there should be no need for Black History Month. That's my opinion. And it's not that I'm against Black History Month per se. Like, it's not that I'm against it. I just wish there was no need to have it. And if African Americans and Latino Americans and every other demographic in America has representation within the pages of our history books, there'll be no need for any of these kinds of months dedicated to only one specific demographic. Because again, are we going to give every single demographic a month? And if so, what month do we give them? What months are they going to share? Because we only have 12 months out of a year. So we just got to think logically about it. Okay, yeah. Let me actually, I'm gonna end the poll now. No, you know, I'll put the link in the chat. I'll put the link in the chat. Here we go. Boom. There's a link if you want to join the conversation. Because yeah, it's yeah, I can't put the link in the chat. I like that. It's for a reason and a season. Fixed representation, and let's move on. Exactly. Let's keep it pushing. All right, we got it. All right, guys. We don't need Black History Month anymore. Let's go. I think Morgan Freeman had a very good point. Made a very good point about not other demographics having a month. Like, there's not a Jewish Heritage Month. So, but Morgan Freeman is a trip when he talks. He's a trip. Here we go. What do you mean is you don't undervalue blacks history in America, but you don't want to glorify the history of others? If you could rephrase that, I want to make sure I understand fully. You're asking what you mean you don't undervalue blacks. I didn't say I undervalue black history. If you could just rephrase that, I want to make sure I understand it correctly. Wait, scratch the yeah. All right, so Brother Antonio, just rephrase that question so I know how to answer it appropriately. By the way, I'm drinking green tea with white clove and honey, ginger, all that good stuff. And I just want to make sure I answer the brother's question. Yeah, so I'm going to end right after that, but I do want to thank you guys so much for watching. And if you're watching now and you made it this far and you have not subscribed to the channel, I would greatly appreciate it if you just subscribe to the channel. But even more so, hit that like button, because if you hit that like button and I get enough people to hit the like button, YouTube will help push this in the algorithm to other people, and it'll give them an opportunity on their home pages to see this video and hopefully click the video. So you doing that will help out tremendously. And if you'd like to support the channel, you can do so by, if you're watching live, you can hit this the super chat or super sticker button. If you're watching the replay, you can hit the thanks button down below and then support the channel financially. Then you can join our memberships. By joining the membership, you'll be a part of the Harrison Extended Family through memberships, or going to patreon.com/Harrison Family Values and join the Harrison Extended Family through membership there. Are you allowed to incorporate Black history into your curriculum at school? Yes, we are. So let's say if we are teaching a specific subject in history, and there are people from any ethnic cultural group that have made contributions, we can mention it within the lesson. Yeah, so we are allowed to do that. Your mic sounds nice. Check one. You can hear me swallow. Tag. I was tag. Can you wait? Yeah, you could, yo. You could hear me swallow. I need to mute that. My bad, Todd. I know Todd right now he's like an audio and video guy. He is cringing watching this live right now. He's about to send me a text message, right, with bullet points of everything I need to change for my next live. Watch. I'm gonna screenshot it and put it in my YouTube community so you guys can see it. he's one of my biggest supporters and one of my sought after. You know, like people who I seek after, people to criticize me. Todd is one of those people that I seek after for criticism. But yeah, I can definitely do that. Oh, my bad. I was trying to say was you're saying that you're not trying to ignore or undervalue Black history in America, but you don't want to glorify our history. Yes, 100%. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah. But thanks for that. Yeah, exactly. All the way down your throat. Is that a Yeti mic? No, it's a Rode Pod mic. It's a Rode Pod mic. It's connected to my Zoom PodTrack P8. Yeah, so that's what this mic is. It's a dynamic microphone. He's telling me stop. yeah. But yeah. The reason why I stepped up everything is because of Todd. Todd. The reason why I like upgraded Todd was like, listen, Dre, all in love though. No, seriously. So Todd, I'm saying it and I'm joking, but I really do seek after Todd's criticism. He gives it, and I willingly accept it because since I've been following the things that he's been telling me to do, my channel has been growing. So yeah, so I listen to Todd. I listen to Todd a lot. Yeah. And Chelsea. You should have been subscribed to Todd's channel. You should have been. Nah. Todd had some amazing content. He's been doing this for years professionally. He's gone to school for this kind of stuff. So Todd knows, and he has made himself a student of content creation and YouTube, TikTok and things like that. So, and if you guys aren't familiar, so just so you guys don't know, Todd Bang's son. You ever heard of the TikToker TikTok Taj? He does those dances where he competes with his alter ego. That's his son. His son is TikTok Taj. So yeah, he's the guy. Yeah, he's and yeah, that's his son. Yeah, so he knows what he's talking about. Canley V, what's going on, sis? And if you haven't subscribed to Sister's channel, go to her channel. She got some amazing things happening in the upcoming year, and we want to make sure that we support Canley V's channel. So go to my sister's channel and support her channel as well. I'm definitely going to check him out so I can grow my channel. Yeah. And I'm sure like he'll, if you hit him up on his Instagram too and ask him some questions, he has a wealth of knowledge when it comes to content creation. And I'm glad that he's using me as his guinea pig, because whenever he learns something, he says, Dre, I just learned this. I want you to try this right now. And I'd be like, yo, you sure? It'd be like, it's 11 o'clock at night. I'm getting a text message. Dre, you got to try this. I'm like, now? Yeah, but he's a good brother, man. You've been sending me a lot of the IG stuff. Yeah, thanks for getting. You're welcome. There's not a lot of Black inventors in America making new inventions. That's a good point. But there are a lot of Black inventors who have improved on a lot of older inventions that are still being used today. Yeah, and those are the people that we really need to be highlighting in Black history, right? We know about the sports. We know about all those, entertainment. Black history exists outside of entertainment, and we really need to start showing that. Hey, Real Talk 87, my brother, what's going on? So glad you were here. And we got TMK Media. What's going on, brother? I really, really appreciate you being here, man. Really do. Thanks, Chelsea. Greetings, Kenley V. Subscribe, Chelsea. You're welcome. Evening Chavis, just subscribe to Todd's channel. Yeah, please. Amazing stuff. And he's got also and if you ever want like any expertise on equipment, Todd is the person to talk to about that as well. He has a storefront that he has equipment on there that you can get, and he knows what he's talking about. He can tell you exactly what you need for the budget you need and the quality you're looking to have. So yeah, he knows all that stuff. Let's all support one another. We all we got, especially for Black History Month. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and we got Real Talk 87 is here. What? Yeah, you haven't seen him in a while, right? It's been a minute. I'm glad he's here. Yeah. Oh, you just up to count. Thank you so much for subbing to the sister. And it's so crazy that I have Real Talk and V here because we were part of the Battle of the Sexes panel. Yeah, we need to somehow revisit that. All right. So guys, I'm going to end it here. Okay. That was my little rant about my love-hate relationship with Black History Month. I wish we didn't need to have a Black History Month. I am appreciative that we have some time allotted throughout the year to highlight the contributions of Black Americans. I wish that it wasn't only a month. I also wish that we didn't highlight the struggles of African Americans in Black history or celebrate the entertainers only in Black America. There's been many more contributions to America than those who have struggled through segregation and entertainers who were the first to do it in professional white sports. And I think we need to really expand our knowledge and do some really in-depth research on how Black Americans have contributed to America and put those in the pages of history books throughout the school year. And that's my rant for the day. All right. Guys, so much. Whoa, what just happened? Oh, I don't know what just happened, but all right, but I'm back. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. It's time for me to end this live stream. I've been on this live stream way too long. Okay, so I'm about to go and just relax for the rest of the evening. But I do thank everybody for watching and being here with me. And if you made it this far, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Is Black History Month still necessary today? And if you think so, explain why. Or if you don't think so, explain why as well. I really would like to have a real honest, non-judgmental and objective conversation about this, because I appreciate having it. I just wish we didn't have to. There goes my love-hate relationship with African American History Month, or Black History Month. So if you made it this far, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. By subscribing, you'll be joining the Harrison Extended family. And if you'd like to support the channel monetarily, you can do so in one of a couple of ways. Right now, if you're watching live, hit that super chat or the super sticker. If you're watching the replay, you can hit the thanks button down below and support the channel that way. Or if you want to support the channel monthly, you can do so by hitting the membership button down below somewhere over here. We have inexpensive tiers that will help you join the Harrison Extended family through memberships. And also you can go to patreon.com/Harrison Family Values and become a Patreon, which will also make you a part of the Harrison Extended family, and you can be a supporter there as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. And until the next upload, a live stream, I'm out. Peace.